Forgiveness. It's a word we hear often, but do we truly understand its power? In life, we all experience hurt, whether from others or even from ourselves. And while pain is inevitable, holding on to it is a choice. Forgiveness is the key to unlocking that emotional prison. But forgiveness isn't always easy, is it? Let's dive deeper into what forgiveness really means. It's not about excusing bad behavior, nor is it about forgetting the hurtful actions of others. Instead, forgiveness is a conscious decision to release the emotional burden attached to those actions. It's about freeing yourself from the cycle of resentment, anger, and bitterness. When you forgive, you're not condoning what happened. You're choosing not to let it control your life anymore. Forgiveness is truly about you, your peace, your healing, your freedom. When you hold on to grudges, you carry that energy with you, often for years. Think about it. How many times have you replayed a painful memory in your mind, feeling the same anger, sadness, or disappointment every time? It's as if the event is happening over and over again. This is why forgiveness means we're letting them off the hook. We feel that by holding on to anger or resentment, we're somehow punishing the other person. But here's the truth. Holding on to anger only punishes you. It keeps you tied to the very person or situation that hurt you. Imagine carrying a heavy stone around day after day, refusing to set it down. Eventually, it weighs you down. Forgiveness is the act of setting down that stone, of freeing yourself from the emotional weight. Now let's talk about the healing power of forgiveness. When you choose to forgive, you're creating space for healing. The emotional energy you've been using to hold on to pain can now be redirected toward growth, self-love, and inner peace. It's as if forgiveness unlocks a door within you, allowing light to flow into the places that were once filled with darkness. But how do we actually forgive? It's not always a simple decision. Forgiveness is a process, and it starts with acknowledging your pain. You can't forgive what you haven't fully accepted. This means being honest with yourself about how deeply you've been hurt. Whether it's by someone else or even by your own actions, you must allow yourself to feel the pain before you can release it. Healing requires acknowledgement. Once you've accepted the pain, the next step is to let go of the desire for revenge or retribution. This doesn't mean you have to like or even reconcile with the person who hurt you. It's about letting go of the emotional attachment to the event. It's about saying, I no longer want this to have power over me. When you let go, you're not giving up your boundaries or your self-respect. You're simply refusing to let the past dictate your present. A key part of forgiveness is understanding that people hurt others from their own places of pain and confusion. When someone wrongs you, they're often projecting their own unresolved issues. This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us see that their actions were more about them than about you. By shifting this perspective, we can begin to release the grip of resentment. And then there's the most important, yet often overlooked aspect of forgiveness, forgiving yourself. How many of us carry guilt, shame, or regret for things we did in the past? We hold on to these feelings, thinking that punishing ourselves will somehow make things right. But in reality, it only keeps us stuck. Just as you forgive others, you must learn to forgive yourself. You are human after all. You make mistakes. What's important is that you learn, grow, and move forward with compassion for yourself. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. It's not a one-time act. It's a practice. Some days you may feel the weight of old wounds creeping back in, and that's okay. The key is to be patient with yourself. Keep choosing forgiveness, keep releasing the pain, and over time, you'll feel lighter and more at peace. Now let's consider the spiritual power of forgiveness. Every major spiritual tradition teaches the value of forgiveness. Why? Because forgiveness is a form of liberation. It's a way to cleanse the soul, to purify your energy, and to align with the higher vibrations of love and compassion. When you hold on to anger or resentment, your energy becomes heavy, stagnant. But when you forgive, you allow that energy to flow freely, raising your vibration and bringing you closer to your higher self. Forgiveness is also a powerful act of love, not just for others, but for yourself. When you forgive, you're sending a message to the universe, that you value your own peace more than holding on to past hurts. You're saying, I deserve to be free. I deserve to be at peace. And the universe responds to that energy by bringing more peace into your life. But remember, forgiveness is not a